Hey there, quirky peeps! Today we are going to look at some unanswered questions from the MCU. Avengers Endgame tied a lot of dangling story threads, but it also left some new ones hanging. Now these threads have been added to a bunch of other mysteries that the MCU has to solve. The story of what happened in Budapest will be revealed very soon.
Just like Budapest all over again!
You and I remember Budapest very differently.
But we might have to wait for the other questions that people have about the past events of MCU. Phase 4 has begun answering some of the questions, but there are some new ones that are being raised. Before we talk about them, it would be amazing if you guys hit the subscribe button and do press the notification bell so you don't miss out on our future videos. Okay, now let's take a look at the first question, which is about the underwater earthquake.
It's an earthquake under the ocean. We handle it by not handling it.
So far, Marvel has handled Namor by not handling him at all. It has been like the way Okoye suggested to handle the underwater earthquake in Endgame.
It's an earthquake under the ocean. We handle it by not handling it.
But this indeed was a Namor reference. Ever since we saw the first Black Panther movie, we have been rooting to see Wakanda versus Atlantis in the second one. Back in 2018, Kevin Feige confirmed that we'd see Namor soon enough. Well, it has been quite a while, but we can safely assume that Namor will arrive in Black Panther, and Tenoch Huerta will play the King of Atlantis. Captain Britain. There was a blink and you'll miss it tease for Brian Braddock during the 1970s montage in Endgame. Peggy Carter was handed a file and she said, "Braddock hasn't checked in." Now, I'm not a meteorologist and it's not lightning. Braddock was most probably a reference to Brian Braddock, who became Captain Britain in the comics. Or it could have been a reference to his father, James Braddock. Either way, this was a tease of his entry and we could see him in Doctor Strange 2 or some other upcoming film. There has been a long-running rumor that Guy Ritchie will helm a Captain Britain and Black Knight project. Now Black Knight will arrive in Eternals and he could become a future Avenger as well. But we'd love if he teams up with Captain Britain after Eternals. Who bought the Avengers Tower? Since the Avengers Tower was bought in a Spider-Man movie, we presumed that a Spidey-related character was the buyer. Most of us guessed that it would be Norman Osborn, but Far From Home didn't confirm that. In fact, we got a hint suggesting that the Avengers Tower had been turned into the Baxter Building instead. This assumption holds merit as the Spider-Man trilogy director John Watts has also helmed the Fantastic Four movie in the MCU. So No Way Home could surely turn the Avengers Tower into Baxter Building instead of Oscorp. Nova's origin. Xandar was destroyed and no one batted an eye. We presumed that Endgame would have led us back to it, but it did not. But did you know that Nova was supposed to be Infinity War? Writers Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely revealed their alternate opening for Avengers Infinity War. They said that Thanos completely obliterated the entire Nova Corps in his quest to acquire the Power Stone. But he left one soldier alive, and that was none other than Richard Rider. Rider would have taken all the power of the Nova Corps for himself and arrived at the Sanctum to warn Doctor Strange. This would have been his origin, but we saw Hulk deliver this warning instead. Since Nova wasn't in Infinity War and Endgame, the MCU is developing a Nova movie. We can only imagine that his roots are gonna be connected with Infinity War. Perhaps Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 could give him a cameo and set up his solo film. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Where is Adam Warlock?
I think I shall call him Adam.
In MCU years, it has been almost 10 years since we have had that Adam Warlock tease in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Asia's cocoon should have hatched in this past decade. So where has her golden boy been all this time? Asia wanted immediate revenge, but the Guardians were totally fine when we saw them in Avengers Infinity War. Now keep in mind that Infinity War took place 3.5 years after Volume 2. So are we supposed to believe that Asia didn't attack the Guardians again in this period? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 should come up with suitable answers to solve the Warlock problem. I guess the film could reveal a historic Adam Warlock event set during 3 years between Volume 2 and Infinity War. Then it could jump to the present day events after Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yeah, sorry.
How far from home is Miles?
Yeah, I'm just...
Spider-Man Homecoming teased Aaron Davis to be the uncle of Miles Morales. But then Spider-Man Far From Home didn't bring back Davis or introduce Miles. So the question that we have is, will Spider-Man No Way Home introduce Miles Morales even though Maguire and Garfield's Spider-Man are appearing? I guess a cameo won't hurt anyone. What about Hulk's enemies? We have only seen Secretary Ross return from the Incredible Hulk. None of the other characters from the film have made their comebacks. It has been so long since we have seen Samuel Stearns and Emil Blancy. Kevin Feige said that Abomination was locked up somewhere, and now that we know he will fight Wong in Shang-Chi and then return in She-Hulk series. But what about the leader? Where has he been lurking with his big green? Marvel has been quiet on that subject, but rumors have suggested that Marvel is planning a Thunderbolts project, and the likes of Abomination, Red Hulk, Zemo, Justin Hammer, Ghost, and others will team up to take on the big-headed leader. Well, I really hope that this rumor is true and She-Hulk sets up a Thunderbolts movie. Where has Captain Marvel been? The Marvels needs to solve not one, but two outer space questions. Ever since Captain Marvel left Earth in 1995, she only came back in 2018 and 2023. The only answer we have got for her whereabouts is that she had been saving other planets in the galaxy.
The things that are happening on Earth are happening everywhere, on thousands of planets.
So, we can expect the Captain Marvel sequel to answer where she was in between Captain Marvel and Infinity War. And it should also reveal what she did during Endgame's 5-year time jump, the future of Harley Quinn. Avengers Endgame brought back a familiar face and connected Endgame to Iron Man 3. We saw Harley Quinn mourning the death of Tony Stark. Spider-Man has been the protege of Tony who got the biggest spotlight, but Quinn went under the radar. Now that Marvel is giving Riri Williams a series of her own, maybe Quinn should show up over there. A Young Avengers series is being set up, and Ty Simpkins has been revealed that he would love to play MCU's version of Iron Lad. So let's see if Marvel will make that happen. The Ten Rings. A long lost setup that still hasn't been paid off is about the real Mandarin and his significance in the MCU. Marvel's one-shot film, All Hail the King, revealed that the real Mandarin existed in the MCU, and he wasn't happy about the identity theft that Aldrich Killian committed.
And you'll never see me coming.
The first Ant-Man movie proved that the Ten Rings were active, and now we will get to see Tony Leung play the Mandarin in Shang-Chi. He will answer all the 10 rings related questions we have had over the years. How did Wanda get impregnated? Since Vision cannot impregnate Wanda, her baby bump became a concerning mystery for everyone. It happened all of a sudden in less than 24 hours. Apparently this was picked up right from the comics as Wanda got pregnant with magic in the books. And later her soon turned out to be the shards of Mephisto's soul. So something similar could have happened in WandaVision. The ending teased that Wanda had unleashed a demonic threat and the sons could still be alive. So I guess Doctor Strange 2 will answer how the children were conceived and where they are. Where was Lady Sif?
Surely the All Father could have no further task for you tonight.
She was supposed to appear in Thor Ragnarok.
Lady Sif, get help!
Somebody help!
But Jaime Alexander was contractually obligated to film a series called Blind Spot back then, so a scheduling conflict did not allow her to join Ragnarok. Her absence from the film actually came as a blessing in disguise. Instead of having to kill Lady Sif, Taika was able to maintain a mystery around her character. And now her return in Thor Love and Thunder would solve the mystery of her absence. Which other mystery should the upcoming MCU project solve? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to check out some more fun videos on our channel. Thank you and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.